All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast for Thursday, April 20th, 2017. All right, so today is in many ways a continuation of yesterday. We've got the moon in Capricorn giving us that grounded feeling, maybe concerned with things that are more long-term in our life, right? So it does make it a good day for discipline, patience, persistence, and we could be feeling a bit emotionally detached. But in order to, approach things with that more grounded perspective. So anything that does require discipline can go well today, and there might be a theme about those types of things today. So yes, Pisces, still Piscean time. We have the Sun and Mercury conjunct in Pisces today. Venus is still in Pisces. So very intuitive time, right? So today is no exception to that. Still listening to our intuition, still surrendering as much as possible in terms of everything outside of our sphere of influence, which allows us to go with the flow, see where life is taking us, and be as adaptive and flexible as possible. Pisces is that mutable energy, so it is about flexibility. All right, so today, yes, a continuation in the sense that we have Mercury over the Sun, Mercury retrograde, that is. So it is a time of reworking, first of all, bringing extra attention to communication here today, bringing extra attention to the mind, things like Piscean things like meditation and presence can help balance the mind out. But there can be a lot of passion, a lot of energy behind the mind. There can be a bit of scattered energy. Sometimes it's hard to control or to balance when Mercury and the Sun combine. So it's very good to ground this energy through writing, through maybe expressing yourself, on surface level types of things, or in ways where the communication is not as important, but it's good to just have someone or something to express yourself with or through. And that can help, again, bring this into balance. And planning, writing things down can also go very well today. There can even be a lot of insights through this solar energy coming through Mercury. Pluto's going retrograde exact today, so letting go of attachments for the next 5 to 6 months, which is more of an internal process. So there can be a shift today where I think on some level, individually and collectively, we are more than likely letting go of some sort of attachments. So that's a good way of noticing that today, of being aware of this, that there is this shift of now letting something go. What are you attached to? I mean, we're all attached to things, right? But what is it that's maybe playing a theme in your life that you are attached to at the moment? And seeing how letting that go can free you up, can liberate you. And then there's less of that blockage, less of that density, which is what Pluto's helping us do, is release attachment so things can flow, right? So I think there's a shift with that. And I think for the next 5 to 6 months, maybe a bit of a pause for more of the external transformation of things. All right, so let's go and look at this in more detail. All right, so there is the moon in Capricorn right in the middle. So yes, very good for things that require responsibility. We could be feeling this way emotionally, which is again a bit reserved, a bit detached, and anything that does require that grounded approach can be great. And it's good to find the balance with this. Still listening to our feelings, still being emotionally caring and nurturing. That's balancing it out with Cancer, which is opposite Capricorn. But yet anything that does require that grounded approach can be a theme and can go well here today. So integrating that with this whole lunar cycle and all this Pisces energy, this watery time. And so bring in maybe the grounded energy into what has been a watery time. And so intuition can be very strong. Dreams, there can be a lot coming through dreams with Mercury going retrograde back into Pisces. Intuition is very strong. And because this is at the end of Pisces, we've likely developed a lot of this intuition and a lot of this acceptance already. Things are about to shift. We have the Sun going into Aries, I think right in the middle here today. So pretty much the second half of the week now, going into the weekend, we're going to start to feel this vigor, this life force. Now we'll still have Pisces, Mercury, Venus will still be here, but the Sun, a very essential part of our personality. It's our focus, it's our view, right? It's our energy going into exaltation actually in Aries. So our self-expression can be strong, our energy can increase, our awareness can increase, coming out of this more foggy, nebulous sort of energy. All right. So we could feel that shift today as well. All right. So in terms of that Mercury retrograde, yes, it's an excellent time to be as flexible as possible as new information is coming to light. And today, new information can certainly come to light with this conjunction with the sun. All right, because the sun is that higher energy. It's spiritual. You know, it's fire. It's the spirit. There's energy coming through the mind. And so being aware of that there might be some insights, there might be some things changing and shifting because of those insights. And so with the retrograde, being as flexible as possible. So yeah, that's the theme. Generally though, with the retrograde, with the sun, there can be a lot of like scattered energy, or it's there's a lot of that passion even behind our ideas or whatever it is. It's sometimes a bit hard to manage. So anything that does help you ground this, reading, writing, communication, tangible things involving the mind, involving communication, can go well. And if you are involved in anything that does require good communication or good writing, like contracts and correspondence and things like that, yes, doing the best you can to bring extra attention there, make sure everything is done sort of correctly, in the way that you intend it to be. All right, but yes, insight, I think, is the most fundamental name of the game, and implementing that insight through the retrograde of trying new things, seeing where things go, and learning is really the name of the game as well. Pluto retrograde happens once a year. It's going exact today. I think there will be this shift. If there's anything that has been deep in your life, that has been an attachment, right? Because essentially Pluto shows us where we're attached. And because of attachment, there's always this loss. It's like, when we want something too bad, or we're holding on to something too tight, it creates density. And everything in the universe wants to flow and wants to change. But if we are consciously or literally holding on to things, it creates a blockage. It's like a dam. It blocks the dam. And then things can't flow. So this is what Pluto helps us do, is destroy the dam, right? Destroy the attachments, destroy the control, which allows things to flow. So I think on some level there will be this releasing individually of this control, of this attachment, and things will be, because of that, things will be transforming, things will be flowing. And it's an internal process now for the next 5 to 6 months. So we may get a bit of a break from the external, manifestation of transformation and change, things changing sometimes outside of our control. But now we have this inner process of saying, okay, what am I internally holding on to, right? And it's all coming from fears, right? So the deeper you go with your psyche, your spiritual being, to see where you are holding on tight, this is the process, and this can be a very freeing process over the next 5 to 6 months. Now, Pluto has been transiting Sagittarius, so as this process happens, what we're going to likely notice is more continuous changes to our belief systems. Right, stripping away the attachments to maybe things being a certain way in our life or something like that, or having to do with our freedom, because Pluto has been in Sagittarius transforming our life path through our belief systems. As we've been shedding old belief systems, old thinking patterns, old ways of viewing our life and the world, this has been allowing more changes that are meant to happen that we didn't see otherwise. So as we release the attachments, we'll likely start to get a new perspective, a new shift. And if there is anything that you feel like is an attachment about your life path, right, where life is taking you, releasing that can be very transformative as well. All right, so that's the day generally with those two astrological events. We do have the moon trining up to Jupiter, so the moon's in good aspect today from Capricorn. With the detachment, I think we can be open-minded today. I think there's a lot of top-down perspective actually with this. Capricorn's about seeing things from the overarching view of where they can be built and structured, and Jupiter is where they can be expanded. So it's a really good combination. We have the expansion of Jupiter and what you could say the restriction of Capricorn, of building, right? So expansion and building, and that's how we create life, and that's how life is created. So good there, great for philosophy, adventurousness, open-mindedness, that kind of a thing. All right, so that is the day generally. I would say the integration point is with Capricorn, how we can bring in a bit of that discipline, groundedness into our life, implementing that with this watery time, but things are shifting. We may start to get a bit more vigor, clarity, as the sun is now shifting into Aries going into this weekend. All right, so have a great day, everyone. Thank you again for all of your support, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.